Well, a good day there, my very, very dear friends and loyal subjects of the Empire. It's going pretty well. Now, we're getting the expansion that we need. There's a lot to think about, though, considering... Well, firstly, because I just had a little look over the map. It's been a few days since I played this, so I just had a little refresher of what the hell's going on here. And the biggest issue, I think, that currently faces us is that we don't... Well, we only have 2 armies, and this is quite a big bit of land for 2 armies to defend, especially if we want to push out and get more land. So that is, I think, gonna be our first little objective of today's session. Otherwise, we still need to make friends with Nordland. That's not happening. And we still have this ability. The reason we had spoken about raising an army before, seeing as we do have raised the banners, but we also had recruiting shortage. That's going to go away in 2 turns. So I think what we'll do is we'll wait 2 turns and then we will raise another army, because I want to have a look at where we're expanding to, because we're at war with Avenheim, we're at war with Kislev, although they're expanding quite worryingly. I don't think we need to be particularly concerned about them too much. We're at war with Talabuk land, but that's all that remains of Talabuk land. And we're at war with the Karak-Kurn, some dwarven settlement down here, which I really don't care about too much. That was kind of a war that just happened because I guess someone paid them to go to war. But Avenheim, man, I don't know what they're messing about with us for, but although it wasn't really a war we were too caring of, man, we can't take stuff like this. So Avenheim's something to look at. And then, of course, we've got these 2 friendly factions here. But then we also need to think about the Bretonnian regions that don't seem that keen on trading with us. And we need to think about bloody Todbringer over here. There's a lot to do, and 2 armies isn't really enough to do it in. In Marienburg, though, we are 2 turns away from being able to build walls and a big garrison, so we'll be able to move Karl Franz off. So I think what we'll do is we'll raise a little army there. We should be near enough able next turn, actually, to be able to build a gunsmith. So that... although the mortar isn't really that good, it will get us handgunners, and then, you know, it's these great cannons and the Hellstorms that, you know, are really, really good artillery. So there's going to be a lot of expansion very soon. Let's have a look at our technology right now, because minus 5% upkeep, plus 1 go... Ooh, all of this looks pretty good. I like the idea very much, though, before we do anything else, of income from ports plus 10%. We've only got 2 ports right now, but they're very good ports. We've got Marienburg docks there. We've got Altdorf there, both with big things. And actually, Talabheim is a port as well, isn't it? Okay. Do we actually need this training field here? It would be good to be able to recruit units there, but I don't mind doing the global recruitment if we could build docks here or something. As long as we hold this army here for the immediate time being, I don't think we need anything like that there. So let's do that. Let's press end turn. Oh, bloody heck, I forgot to do that because we were very rudely interrupted by my phone last time, weren't we? Right. Public order will sort itself out. I don't really think we need to worry too much about it. So let's go for tax rate or growth. I think growth, first of all. Public order there. Conquest, yeah, that's gonna increase by itself. And then I would upgrade all of these, but we want to buy that gunsmith next turn, so let's do that. Okay, this is all looking quite good. So we'll raise a 3rd army, and then we'll find a conquest. This was gonna happen. We'll ride out and we'll meet them, and that should be them over. We do have to worry about Kislev. We need to worry about them. What the hell else is happening? Because we were to... Oh, well, I say, that's pretty darn good, isn't it? Uniting the lands. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. And this was going to happen, and that is very achievable. Right, so let's have a look. We will fight this battle now. I think there's no point remaining to be sieged. We're going to look at where else we're going to go. So we've got Hochland here. That might be an idea, because it will allow us to hopefully get some better relations with Nordland and maybe put a little bit of pressure on Todbringer. So maybe, and Hochland don't really like us that much, and it is deteriorating, so maybe that could be another conquest. But then we've got Kislev on our border, so we definitely need 2 armies over here if that's the case. And we're probably, you know what, we might even want to raise 2 more armies. We certainly have the money to do it. Let's first, oh man, we could get the Demi, whoa, and look at all of these things that we can get in a minute. Right, let's first of all build ourselves a gunsmith. Let's second of all... I don't think this is going to be attacked in the immediate future, so I'm going to move Karl Franz now. Oh, wait, there is a Crooked Moon army there. We need to worry about the Crooked Moon. They're not at war with us yet, but can we really trust someone like Skarsnik? And then we got the Forest of Arden. We got Artois. We've got, what are these guys? These guys are Quenelles. No, Bastogne. Quenelles is a little further down. But anyway, they're all not being that friendly with us. Supposedly Bastogne like us, but they ain't really that keen on trading for some reason. I mean, look, they're getting... Okay, we need better goods then, I guess, before we start trading. There's no reason to go to war with someone, but anyway, that's being built, and now we've got over in Talabheim. We're not going to be able to build anything, as a matter of fact, so let's fight this battle now. It should be quite an easy one, because we are going to have a bit of a garrison supporting us. Oh, yes, how lovely is that? And we do have a very small garrison, but a garrison nonetheless to finish that off, and that seems to be really quite a one-sided affair. And it's a decisive victory. We'll take on the captives. And is that Talabheim done? No. Or Talabheim? No, but they're very nearly done. We'll just ride out now and get this got. Okay, excellent, 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 excellent. Cracking job, everyone. We could pardon, we could execute, but I think we'll take on. We'll keep this replenished because we'll need this army moving again soon. That's them dealt with. As I've said before... As I said before, the game was very loud for me then. Anyway, as I said before, when the battles are going to be like that, we really don't need to worry too much about it. Okay, so Kemperbad, we probably want to get rid of these buildings as well in a bit of time. But right now, I'm glad that Outdorf is getting better. We are going to eventually need that being built. But if we are... Oh, man, I feel like we're going to need this everywhere as well. You know what? Let's just build these now and get them built. Marienburg, next term, we'll be able to build walls there. We're making a ton of money. It really is very good. I'm going to move Karl Franz over here now. I think what we'll do is when we raise this army, we'll try and put a lot of... Oh, man, I would say a lot of mortars there, but as I said, I don't really think the mortars are all that good when we can get Great Cannon for another upgrade. But we'll certainly take some of this army and put it into another, and then we'll add a few more things to Karl Franz and stuff. But Marienburg is having a real bad time for public order, actually, but that will be sorted very soon. And we've got Cinnabar Mines there, and yes, that's all looking very good, so a bit of a build to do. And, of course, we've got loads of people that we need to be doing this with. Anyway, oh my goodness me, a lot of things have happened there. All of our fellas have leveled up. That is really excellent. So, what have we got going on here? We could get more comic struck. That might be very useful. Of course, a lot of things would be very useful. This is our lord. He's a very good fighter. But I think it might be a good idea if he actually inspired his men as well. Dieter Berne is just a fighter for being a cracking fighter, so let's make him a cracking fighter, right? And then we've got... Oh, he had 2 upgrades? I missed that. Okay, well, we can give him +3 defense for spearmen, free a lot, +3 missiles, speed of horse for pistolers and outriders, which isn't that good because we don't have any in that army. But I think we do have halberdiers, we do have spearmen, we don't actually have any free company militia, but let's take some honest steel for that guy. Excellent. Excellente. Okay, well, this is all looking very good, and just next turn we'll be able to recruit another army, and then we'll see what the hell's going on there, and we'll get Karl Franz mixing up and mixing in and stuff, and it'll all be good. But with our money, first of all, we need to get that garrison built in Marienburg. That is the priority. And then, you know what, maybe if we could send 2 armies down into Avenheim, that would be a very good thing. Oh, the Karakherner doing some business with Wissenland, actually. Man, maybe that war's a little more real than I was giving in. Right, recruitment, that's going to be excellent. We'll welcome that. That's going to be a very, very cheap army that we can build. We should be able to upgrade this. We can. Lovely. And we should at least be able to hire another lord. Let's have a look. We got Goifrid Gutbub. That's a good name. And he's an honourable Archlector. We've not had an Archlector yet. Let's crack ourselves an Archlector. So we get... So in total, we've got -25% for... recruiting here. I think that's pretty good, to be honest. Unfortunately, we've got no money to do it yet, but we can, and we'll move Karl Franz. Oh, that's going to be bad diplomacy, isn't it? We'll have to go this way. It's the same amount of turns, isn't it? Let's be honest. We don't want to upset Todbringer. So, this army here, Treasurer Claude's army, is going to stay here. It would be an idea to hit Hergig, and then I think there's another settlement up here. But we're definitely going to need 2 armies there because of Kislev, but that really will allow us, hopefully, to do some good stuff with Nordland and to put some pressure on Todbringer and do whatever the hell we're going to do with him, as I was saying, and otherwise we've just got to wait for a couple of buildings to come in here. 3 turns for that to last, but that really does give us a great deal of stuff, so that's very nice. Okay. Okay, so we'll be recruiting an army now. And then we'll be sending that army, I think, probably to Averland. Or maybe we'll just send them and knock out the Karakherm, because they seem to be coming in force. They seem to be coming in quite considerable force. Oh, and we need to raid a Kislev region. Well, we could do that with our little army up here. And Talabheim actually has buildings to do now. I think, first of all, we have to... Oh, is it? Can we not build a docks in Talabheim? Oh, it's just off the coast. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Okay, well, we do need the Blazing Sun chapter house. That's going to be a little way away from us. I think we're going to need to build an armory as well to be able to recruit them, but we'll just take a good old-fashioned weaving house for now. That's going to be very nice, and let's... Are you indeed, sir? Are you indeed? Well, if you're a champion of the faith, you're going to want a couple of flagellants, is how you say it. I'm not really sure, but we'll certainly want a couple of them. I'm thinking with this army, it's going to be a big block of killers. A big block of killers, so it's not going to be perhaps the most mobile army that we're going to have, but I think a lot of siege engines, a big wall of halberdiers and spearmen with these guys, I'm just going to call them these guys from now on, dotted in about to just support and whatever the hell else. Well, wherever this army goes, I'm sure it'll be fine. We're still making a ton of money, that's very good. And all these flagellants are going to be, I can't say the word, man, but all of these people are going to be at a very high level, and man, this Karakhan army is doing the business, doing the absolute business against Wissenland here, which we could look at as possibly a positive in the very selfish way that if this becomes really weak and if they, you know, completely raise it, we could go and rebuild, man. You know, I would be looking for, you know, confederations with these two. Maybe these two would be more happy with a federation, let's say, if they were in ruin. Let's have another go at Nordland. Yeah, I'd like to think so, mate. Look, you're getting the better out of this one. Why don't you like us anymore? There's just nothing we're doing with it. I mean, they like that we're at war with Kislev. Midland as well, I'm not sure. Let's go and speak to Todbringer. How's it going, buddy?
Greetings, my countrymen. You come in peace on this fine march?
Well, yes, I intend to, mate. I intend to. We can't trade together, apparently. Anyway, I think we'll look at trading in a bit. There's no point us re-looking at trading every turn. We need to find somewhere where we can actually get more goods to trade, first of all. And it is Ironheart that we have not as yet got our city watch. That is probably... It's not the most dangerous city ever. Right. Godfrey Gutbub, let's get you over here. What we'll do is we will give you... I like our Free Company militia in Karl Franz's army, but... Not really much we can get rid of there. He needs the flagellants. I mean, that's a fine little body of men there, isn't it? So I'm thinking what we need to do with Karl Franz, I'm going to give the Free Company militia, all of them, to Godfried. Because he's not going to be that mobile an army, this could give him, or at least right now we don't plan him on being, that could give him the flexibility that he might need. And of course we can recruit handgunners now as standard. Their range is a little less, but their armour piercing, so against certain enemies they're going to be a lot better. Right, let's get Karl Franz with a bit of proper cavalry right now. I think Empire Knights is all we can do there, and Empire Knights... 2 units of Empire Knights, plus the Reichsguard, I think will do us there, and we do have just a tad of money here, in which we can... Well, we're going to want Spearmen and Halberdiers, ideally, so let's take 2 of those units. Excelente! That's all looking very good. 1 turn there for the City Watch. Those buildings are all coming in as well. It's all just going rather excellently, and we've got another Weaving House coming in very soon. So I think we're going to send Karl Franz down to... Oh man, we're probably going to want to station someone in Grunberg right now, as a matter of fact. My god, they've been wrecked. That one army has done the business there. Okay, right, let's get Karl Franz... Oh, he's recruiting. Are you recruiting, Godfried? No, let's get you over to Grunberg as soon as we can then. Grunberg still have a very, very nice garrison, you know. I think with a little support there, there's going to be nothing to fear. So, with our gunsmith there... It's going to cost us 7,000 to upgrade it, but the Great Cannon are really, really good. We don't want to just wait for turns and turns while we wait for that, though. So I think we will, with Karl Franz, just maybe take a couple of handgunners for his army there. That's going to be very good for us. And then I think that's an army that can definitely head down and knock about in the Moot and in Avenheim. And then, we're going to have the vampires to deal with. But still, that's going to be what's going to have to happen. And we got Godfried. We'll get him... I don't know, I mean, this is an army that I'm kind of envisaging right now as having lots and lots of artillery and lots of good stuff like that, but let's not plan an army, we'll build what's necessary for us to build, I think. But 2 turns there to wait for Karl Franz's army, we've got Grunberg supported, and then I think we will go down into Avenheim. And the Karakhan, what do they want right now? Is it peace for money? You know what, yeah, I mean, this is going to suit us down to the ground, we have no real... issue with them. We have no real need to be at war with them, but I'm just going to see if I can squeeze them for a bit more, and oh my goodness, can I? It's low. Maybe 2,000 is going to be the pretty number there. Would just look at that. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. So we're going to have a real massive amount of... And the faction is destroyed of the Red Highland tribe. We didn't even see them. That's just stuff happening. I think we'll just get all of this right now. Income from trade. Yeah, additional trade. That's going to help us a lot, isn't it? Right, so another turn to wait for Karl Franz. That's going to be fine. In fact, can we recruit... not a lord... another captain? We can. You know what? I'm going to put a captain. I'm going to not take them. I'm going to take that captain into Karl Franz's army. Because eventually I want to have Karl Franz on Deathclaw and on a horse and whatever. Or maybe we can put our captain on a horse. It just puts a little bit more of a punch into those guys. I don't know, but I feel that that army's going to be a bit stronger for that. Okay, so... I think we need to build that just for the sake of OCD there, but that's all looking very, 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 very nice indeed. Talabheim, that's going to be able to be upgraded. Oh, and we got that to do as well. Well, this is the kind of thing that we want to be building because it's the kind of thing that's going to help our trading. So when we get 500 in, which will be next turn, we'll do that. Let's just keep these guys in Grunberg for now. Although we're not at war with the Karak-Kern anymore, so we don't necessarily need to be quite so worried about that. I don't know. We still need to... I'm going to say, let's send Karl Franz down here on his own. And we will worry about Gottfried just keeping... Just, you know, there might be a Feral Orc lot up here. There might be some Beastmen up here. Todbringer might get a little out of line. You know, there's dangers here. I think if we just keep a little army here that can support any garrison that needs supporting, that is going to be good. But we need to get and do some fighting right now. Karl Franz will go down to Avenheim soon. And then we'll all be there. And we'll just keep Gottfried doing his business on the defensive work. Oh, hi, Kislev. Do you fancy some peace, lads? Oh, they do. Let's see if we can get some money for it. We might as well always try and get some money for it. They're weak, though. Let's see if they want to give us 1,200. Ooh, ooh. I guess we're looking a bit scary to the world, eh? That's pretty good, that. Well, now we can really just concentrate our efforts on the one war, can't we? So we'll just get that Empire Captain in Mr. Karl's army. We need to think about more wizards as well. That's an expensive thing to build. Right. Let's... we don't have any beast paths or world routes or underway or anything we can use here, so we're going to have to go the long way around. But that's going to be fine. We're allowed through these areas. Okay, Grunberg. It is just that tap room. Do we even really need that tap room? Let's be honest. Public order is never really going to be a problem in the Reichland, is it? And we probably don't even need that anymore either now that we've got our growth. What are we? Yeah, one turn and we can build that. Okay, well, I'm going to say we can get rid of these two buildings then. And there's bound to be something a little more useful we can build in there. Talabheim, we're certainly wanting to build that right now. And we'll upgrade that as well. That's very nice. So I'm very glad about that. Marienburg looking good with its new garrison. FPS looking a little less good. Are we getting a little bit hot there, Mr. Graphics Card? It looks like it. But that's okay. Oh, excellent. So Karl Franz is on the march. Got a very, very strong-looking army there. Very nice. We're going to have a lot of end turns being pressed here, I think, just while Karl makes his way down to Avenheim. And then once we own Avenheim, I think there's a big chance that Wissenland might, you know, take a confederation now, because they've been absolutely ripped apart by the Karak-Kern. It would end that war for their people. It would certainly give us, well, 3 more areas. And probably another army or something. Anyway, Gottfried Gottbub, I'm going to station him just for now in Helmgart, because I think if anyone's going to get frisky with us, it's going to be someone from this area. I'm not saying it necessarily is going to be Bastogne, but, you know, can we really ever trust the Wood Elves or Arguelon when they're messing around down here? And I don't know. I think it's just a sensible thing to do. We'll certainly upgrade that, because that is going to help our trading again. Eilhart, nothing really along the likes of here, but it might not be a bad idea just to get, you know, a Shrine of Sigmar. You know, yeah, it's not a Cathedral of Sigmar, but a Shrine of Sigmar is still going to be really useful. Of course, we can't afford it yet, but then we could also think about maybe just getting a Reichsfort here. You know, a Reichsfort in fact, in Eilhart, the Reichsfort would probably be better, because I think that in the grand scheme of our game, is probably going to be more attacked than Grunberg. But anyway, that's just details for now. But they're the 2 buildings I think we'll be replacing in there, so let's just ignore that little hammer symbol right now. And Theon Flessenberger, man, you're getting some good stuff, aren't you? Right, Adepts, this is not really something we need to worry about too much. it could well be that we end up going to war with the vampires sooner than later, so I think something like exorcism might be a pretty useful little thing there, and we'll upgrade this as well. Lovely. Okay, so once that's built, we'll have another look and see if anyone is a little more keen on trading with us, especially if we own Avenheim by then. Although Karl Franz only has 20 men, they're 20 very good, or 19 I guess, because he doesn't count, but 20 very good units with him. Avenheim's got a garrison of 16, I think it was, so it's by no means going to be a little pushover here. But we can only look. There's no army there. I don't know where the Avenheim army is. It's probably over here. Oh, they're doing the business for us with the vampires, but that's okay. Right, you know what? Let's have a look at this whole Confederation business now. Oh, they still don't want to. I thought, considering they've been, you know, just, let's be honest, wrecked by the Karak-Kern, and we made peace with the Karak-Kern that they're not going to like, and we are deteriorating quite greatly with them. Ah, Stirland. Stirland going on with. Ooh, they own a good bit of the world. They do own a good bit of the world. Let's have a look.
It is good to see
they would be very, very into that. Well, let's see if they'll give us money as well. I mean, it will be our money anyway, but it might be a good idea. I'm not even sure if this is really something that we can do. But it's an extra grand, because I don't know the state of their lands. They're lands that we sure as damn hell want, but how defendable are they going to be? We might just lose these straight away. This is going to be a risk, because I don't know much about the lands, but... No. No, lads. Let's try and be... Okay, let's just get them on board. Let's just do that. There we go. Okay, well, welcome to the team, Stirland. Radio region, yeah, of course, that's going to be aborted. Okay, we're losing a ton. We're losing money now. That's a bit annoying. So we've got Emperor Karl Franz there. We've got Workbad there with a pretty solid-looking army in it. Although I'm going to get rid of all these guys because they don't have shields. In fact, we can do this together, can't we? And we've got a lord here. That's putting us back in positive money. You've got Ulrich Holt Anderson there. We own Essen as well. Is that it? Is that it? We only own Workbad and Essen. It's a long province, that, isn't it? And then, is there one up here as well? Forchikova beat... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, Kislever. Getting there, aren't we? So, we own Stirland. Oh, the Moot, I think, is also Stirland. Then we just own Essen as well. Well, that's a good little gain for us. Vampiric corruption is going to be something we definitely need to worry about now. I think... we can move these guys out of Talabheim just for now. Let's get our wizard over there into Essen. And we'll certainly be looking as quickly as we can to be building a garrison there. But I think we can just about risk... In fact, you know what? Let's move this guy up to Talabheim. I think that'll be just what we need. You know what? I don't really need these pistoliers. If we're just going to be defending walls with these guys, might as well save ourselves some wages. Okay, and then we'll go and attack Avenheim. And then the Moot. And then we're really shoring up our position here. That's very, very good indeed. Okay, right, and then Gottfried will just sit there. Okay, so we've got a lot of armies now. In a way, we've got, what have we got here? We've got Ulbricht Anderson. Let's just have a look. He's got a lot of, let's have a look at his skills. Gottfried Castellan Engineer. Man, this guy could be anything, couldn't he? This guy could be absolutely anything. Spymaster might be a good idea. Oh, man, you know what? I just don't know right now. Let's go to, let's actually click on him. See what he's packing. Oh, he's a bit of a fighter. He's got a very nice horse. Okay, so he's going to be very much just a kill the enemies type of army. So we're going to want to use him, but we're going to want to recruit him properly. So we probably want to bring him back to Altdorf at some point. But let's just reinforce Talabheim right now, because I don't really trust Hochland yet. And we've got Karl Franz down here. We're going to have our treasurer in Essen, maybe able to hit Waldenhof or something here. But we certainly need our wizard in there just to get that reduction down. But that is all good so far. We're not going to need these two things, though. Let's not build anything there until we're sure that we're not going to lose it straight away. But that was a good, very, very, very good diplomatic gain for us there.